Ooh, my little dumps. So good to see you, friends. How are you? Good? That's great. Because this is the voicemail dump truck for your Thursday, January 4th, 2024. This is a call-in show where we drive a dump truck around the same neighborhood over and over and over again, even though there's nothing left to pick up. My name is Jeff Bacalar. I'm joined by three co-dumpers on this very special episode. And when I say very special, I mean the exact opposite. There's nothing remarkable about it whatsoever, except that it's the first dump of the year. Happy New Year, all my dumpers.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Wasn't the happiest of New Years for person I'm calling Danny Fingers.
That's me. That's my
How
mouse
are
name.
you, Dan Ryckert?
You know, it's weird because I had no splint or anything on this for the last 2.5 weeks. It's been broken without me knowing, and it hurts more now that I've got it immobilized. I think it's because it's healing. I broke my finger for those that don't know, and I got it immobilized. It's normal every day. I was working on the roof. I was cleaning the gutters.
What about our rule that there's no lying on the dump truck, Dan? Come on.
Okay. Well, the meme where there's the guy pushing the tiny domino, and then there's the big one at the end.
Yeah.
So basically, it's I say on a podcast that I can eat a tub full of macaroni and cheese as the tiny domino, and then I get to skip my Blight Club game as the big domino. That's pretty legit. That's the order of events there.
That's how it
It
goes.
seems like there's a whole lot of information in the middle that's being left out, and I want to know.
The short version, the TLDR, is that Mary Kish filled my bathtub with macaroni and cheese, and I had to open up a window that I've never opened in my life to let out the cheese humidity in the bathroom. And as I was stepping over the bathtub to close the window, I'm not used to getting up there. I had to crawl over a thing, and I ate shit real hard. The door was locked. Jake Decker was right outside the room, and he heard this goddamn crime scene happening in there. I fall, and I felt every bit of it. Both knees hit the ceramic on the tub. Oh, no, I stubbed my toe hard, so that's ow. I fall, both knees hit the outer ceramic of the tub.
Jesus.
Oh, both knees, skinned the shit out of both knees, blood on both knees, go down. Both elbows hit the inside of the tub, blood, scrapes, all that. And then I braced myself with my hands, and a lot of fingers hurt. Apparently only one of them broke. And so, yes, the next 2.5 weeks, I thought it was just sprained. I saw a doctor, and he's like, oh, if it doesn't get better in a few days, maybe it's broken, and you actually need to get like a serious splint and stuff. So, long story short, I went in yesterday, and they did x-rays, and they're like, oh, yeah, that's broke. The knuckle. It's broke at the knuckle.
Ow.
So, yeah, it's all fucked up.
Are they say like it should heal just fine and everything as long as you keep it in the splint?
Yeah, it's I got to go in for more x-rays like 7 to 10 days from now. They just said in the meantime, don't do any video game series on the internet where you have to dress up and like play bad games.
Sure.
Like, added the stress and blood pressure thing would just like it would make it heal slower. So they said, hey, if you've got someone who can
we
sub
wouldn't
in,
want
and
that.
you've got someone on deck, then go ahead and do that. So we're all good. I already ordered all of the Mortal Kombat mythology stuff. I have 6 tubes of face paint coming to Mike McQuanchi's house.
Okay, to be clear, I'm doing that once. You better have something else you want me. If you want me to wear something like for most of the streams, I'm only putting on Quan Chi face paint one time.
Then paint the bald caps I also sent you, because I sent you a couple bald caps. So paint those, and then you don't have to paint your head every time.
I can't believe how specific your doctors were.
Yeah, they're just, look, they ask what you do for a living, and I told them, they're like, oh, okay, in that case, here's what we tell people. So,
Huh. Well,
yeah.
I also used to feel bad for you until I found out the reason in which you broke your finger.
I was
can
the
no longer
victim
feel
here. What are
that.
you talking about? This isn't.
Yeah.
I was the victim straight up.
Do you think in the future this will make you less likely to say things like, I could eat my own body weight in mac and cheese, and then when someone challenges you, you stand your ground? You could just be like,
no
you know what, you're
fucking
probably
world.
right. I was telling a tall tale out of school.
There
was
is
a
no
fibber.
world in which I could have possibly foreseen the consequences of that silly thing I said on a podcast. I would not have expected that.
You never actually pull back the veil a little bit. Give me that. You never actually thought you could eat your body weight
Of course
in mac
not.
and cheese.
We should.
Never actually.
We're shooting.
We're shooting.
Yeah, we're shooting. Let's shoot.
I don't even know anymore.
Oh, yeah, because you've gone so far into the
He
abyss
worked
that you
himself
can't tell what's
into
up
a
or down.
shoot. It happens every day.
Look, I just want to say this. In no way do I take any pleasure in seeing Dan Ryckert laid up The injury is just
Take a little
devastating.
pleasure in this.
There's no pleasure. No pleasure is taken. No morsel of like, haha, oh my gosh, the universe does actually wish for equilibrium. No, I don't take any pleasure.
I kind of do because it is a pretty legitimate reason to not have to play my Play Club game.
Oh no, Dan!
And to get Minotti to play.
Dan, I don't know if this counts. We got to check the bylaws. I don't know.
That's
No,
it.
we looked at the rules, and no, it is legit.
Wow.
I got a doctor's note. I got a shoot doctor's note saying not to do Play Club. I'm not kidding.
Okay, I'd actually like to see that.
But
I guess
your doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a note from his doctor. It's a note from his friend.
But
sorry that my dad's not a doctor,
you don't
Mitch.
even have the note. You have a picture of the note that he sent you.
No, I'm gonna need that notarized and sent. No,
look, big surprise.
No,
It's a picture of a note.
Come
big
on.
surprise.
Why don't you have the original copy?
That counts.
Because it's not from his doctor. It's from a friend online.
If a doctor provides a service for you, that makes them your doctor.
No.
That's the only service. Is a joke. That's
It's not
a service.
admissible.
So it's a joke.
It's not
Doctor.
it's from a
Still
shoot doctor, so you really don't have a leg to stand
My
on here.
father's a shoot doctor.
Yeah, but he's your dad. That's cheating.
Actually, my doctor.
Can we just get a rule in the bylaws that just says no daddies, and it just whatever, and it just applies to everything across the board?
I am gonna need to feel the physical presence of a note in order for it to be admissible. Plus
All
notarized.
right, get a hold of Dr. Ryan in the chat and give him your address.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that shakes out. We wish you truly the speediest of recoveries.
Thank you. It should be. They told me I should be back to normal in roughly the time frame of Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero.
So this is your dominant.
Yes,
dominant
middle finger, and it really is eye-opening. Like brushing your teeth, using a fork, fucking opening a soda.
Oh, Dan, I've gone all the way down the list. Dan.
Don't do that. Don't do that in your head.
Wait, Dan, is it this one? Is that what you're saying? Right?
Yeah, they did ask me. They said they could tape up both of them, like the one next to it. She's like, "Oh, if you're worried about giving people the finger all the time, we could do the one next to it."
I've never been worried about anything less.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
Dan, you can't even play video games. You haven't played a video game since you broke your finger, right?
I have, but I have to do it in short bursts, and it does hurt. So I am like grimacing through games and like avoiding combat and things like that because that involves more of the right trigger.
Well, we wouldn't want to put you in pain, of course.
No.
Mike, now you mentioned this, like for people that were watching live, they know this, but for everyone else that's listening to the Dump Truck later, you really seem like you are carrying a burden throughout your entire life of people really enjoying it when you get upset and angry.
Oh,
how are you feeling about that now?
Oh, bad. It's always been to my detriment. I've ever since I was like a child, people push my buttons because I am very amusing when I'm mad. Apparently, I gotta start getting like real uncomfortable. I gotta start maybe getting into like physical fights or like saying really like distressing things that makes everybody upset. And
No,
that sounds like a good plan.
No, Mike, I love you, but no.
Shit your pants anytime you get mad.
Yeah,
right.
It doesn't matter over a Zoom call. You're the only victim then.
This seems like a bad strategy. I think I can relate to you in some capacity from the old days of the Beastcast, where I feel like I assumed a similar role. And let me just tell you, no. Don't change.
Mike, I'm with you. I think you're not toxic enough, and I think that's what we need. We need more toxicity.
I had too good of a year last year. This is going to be my real scumbag year. It's going to really go downhill for me.
I mean, if you just want to go shitty, I can't really stand in the way of that. I feel like I'd be a fan of that for sure.
Dan also won't read my text messages.
What?
Look, that's it is harder. Typing is harder, so audio is easier for me. I don't know why you would have a problem with like accommodating me with this.
Now, everyone think about that for a second.
Yeah, think about this.
Look, typing it's much easier to do audio than to.
You don't have to. You can keep typing.
Look, are you hurt? Is your finger
you don't have to type. You don't have to type. Am I hurt?
I'm just telling you, it is harder for me. I would hope that you would understand.
So. He's so dedicated to this that I had to send him a code for a game, and he would not read it when I pasted it to him. I had to read it
Grub.
Character by character.
The text.
Yes, it made me delete the text. And then after I delete the text, as soon as I delete the text, I get a 1 second message. Thank you.
Also, there was also a beta key that you had to provide, and it had a bunch of forward slashes and brackets. And
brackets. I'm like, the left bracket, the one that's next to P, and I had to do that one twice.
I had to Google what forward slash was.
Grub,
and it's like 30 characters long too. So it was like, my wife heard me. She's like, "What the fuck is going on over there?"
Grub, this is on you too. You are an enabler.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Nice, Backlar. Come on, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I agree with Backlar. Just don't give in.
Wait, but ignore him. At a certain point, like, it's funnier to me that he has to listen to this message instead of just copying and pasting. He's making it harder on himself. This is
I'm just trying to make it easier on myself.
No,
I'm trying to make it easier on myself.
This is what happens, everyone. Dan breaks one stupid finger, and that means all of Giant Bomb has broken its finger. Okay. And Grub's laughing because it's 100% true.
Could you all just do that on this podcast? Can you just grab a hammer and so we get on solidarity here?
Solidarity smash. Oh, you absolute freak. I can't.
I appreciate Grub putting the work in. Thank you, Grub, for making life easier for me during a trying time.
It was very funny.
Oh, it's disappointing. I don't know if I properly introduced everyone else, but it doesn't matter because we all know why we're here, to make fun of Dan's ridiculous injury and also to get to some voicemails. Before we do, though, does anyone else have any topics they'd like to raise to the forum? Anything else we need to discuss before we get down to business?
I do keep holding these stupid toy cigarettes from that show, and I it is like, okay, it's a fixation, it's something to hold. It is still the most insane thing to me, and we don't have to talk about this, Dan, if you don't want to, that your dad started smoking at what, 40 years old?
40. Mm-hmm.
Wow. I don't, like,
never smoked before that.
Should be studied, right? Like, that is the thing that should be researched.
Oh, the stuff you all hear publicly is the tippy tip of the iceberg. That oh boy, it's I've gone in a submersible, and I have years and years of study on him, and I don't understand at all. So, yeah, that's the least. That's on the lesser end of confounding things about my father.
I couldn't imagine. I'm 40 years old right now. Mm-hmm. I can't even begin to comprehend the process of. Okay, listen. I suppose he's probably hanging out at bars more than I do, where people do smoke, and he probably just bummed a cigarette the first time, right? He didn't decide to go to the store and buy a pack. And like, well, got to try this. I'm gonna live today.
Was it like he blew out the candles and then was like, now I'm going out and picking up a pack of Marlboros?
It was, I think it timed with his second divorce. So that was going on. Okay. So maybe it's like, okay, well, that's one less wife. Got to add something else here. And cigarettes were there.
Dropped one bad habit. Got to pick up another. Am I right, fellas?
Oh, shit. So he's 60 now?
Yeah.
Damn. So he did this 20 fucking years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That is insane. So, like... Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming he's not one who like frequents the doctor, right?
He used to not be. He's gotten a little better about that now, and he is actively trying to quit. He was updating me yesterday about had half as much as usual yesterday
for that first physical where like doctor's just like, Paul, you're 40. It says here you just picked up smoking. Like what?
He just started now.
Wait, you've been smoking for 4 months? What? What? I don't understand. Can you enlighten me? What's happening?
We'll see if he can quit at 60. He's working on it.
Yeah, we're all pulling for him.
The other thing is, I was visiting family for Christmas, and my mom, I don't think she listens to this podcast, but I might recommend it to her. But only because she had opinions on the people I podcast with on one of my other shows, and Turbo Sean, she loves Turbo Sean. And then I mentioned Christian. She's like, oh, is I don't know if she said he was the foreigner. She might have, but she said that about a guy who was Australian. And that made me, I died laughing when she said that. And she means it like how she means it, not like in a bad way. He was Australian. But then I was like, what about Mike? And she didn't have much to say. I was like, what's wrong with Mike?
What?
Jeff, we're like best friends. What do you mean you didn't have much to say about me?
She's like, well, I really like Sean. Like,
what do you mean you love Sean? I was at your wedding. I probably danced with your mom. She has no opinions on me.
What do you think my mom's problem with Mike is, guys?
Everybody loves me.
Disney adult doesn't eat fruit. I think would be
to
one
be
and
fair,
two.
she never said she didn't like you. I was like, she definitely, she was adamant that she liked Sean and Christian.
Jeff just had a lot of great things to say about them. Fred doesn't like the fact that I'm stealing your spotlight.
Yeah, I honestly, maybe, I think, but I don't know. It's weird.
It's crazy to me that she would talk about Monat and not like have any opinion on him.
Everybody has a lot of opinions on that usually.
It's impossible not to. Yeah.
Right? So it's probably, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. That's probably what it was.
One of those.
Mean. I don't have mean things to say about Mike Minotti.
What about, did she talk about Dan?
No, see, that's the thing. I don't. This is for like the game mess stuff, so I don't know if she's listening to that.
I'm in the shadows here.
Yeah.
Is it because I yell at Sean and Christian? Is that what she doesn't like?
Maybe, maybe because she doesn't get that you're like, you're playing it up when you yell at them and stuff for being low in mods.
No, I'm not playing it up. They talk too much. They're not on that
for
podcast.
sure. They definitely talk too much, and they need to like watch their place and know it.
And put them back in their place.
She did mention that she watched the entire of the live show of the Game of the Year GB at Night thing. So she definitely saw all you guys at some point. But I don't know. There was too many people on that thing, so she probably couldn't keep you all straight.
But saw what happened to those Yakuza guys.
Yes. So listen, she's very proud of me. Yeah. For what I've done.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
My mom's real proud of me.
Me,
Talarico over here.
Me and my awards, all my records. If I get an update on her opinion of you guys, Dan Ryckert and Jeff Bakalar, I will let you know right away.
I mean that's what we're fishing for. I think here we just want some Mama Grub stuff.
Yeah, probe a little harder on her opinion of me, will you?
Yes, I will also give you an update. I'll be like, okay, now what's really going on here? I'll find out. Okay.
All right, good. Look, if she's got a problem with me, it's all right. Italians are famously good at understanding when other people have a problem with them.
Yeah, you got a problem with me? That's perfectly all right with me. That's the next line. There's
nothing else to talk about.
We agree to disagree. Yeah.
Oh, it's sick. All right. Well, I'm glad we aired. I guess those are grievances. I'm glad we got that out in this. In
2024.
I'm exhausted already.
Talked about.
I think I just realized Robert De Niro's Italian, but his last name sounds pretty Italian now that I think about it.
Wait,
I was like, are they talking taxi?
Is De Niro's Italian for money?
Stop it!
Spanish.
I don't. Listen.
I'm not a language expert.
Nero. His family's
Spanish
from the
Nero
from
region.
Nero. Okay, yes. Of the loins of Nero.
Do not attempt to fucking one-up Ryckert after he says something so inexplicably
It's not that
insane.
I thought he was not Italian. It's that I never thought of it.
Yeah, we can just end the show now. Let's get out of here.
Dude, there is weird shit like that Dan does that I won't call out because like some of it is a little dicey and you're just like
Dicey. Not dicey. I know what you're referring to.
No, but like there is this one reoccurring thing that he and I talk about that we won't discuss, but it's all in good fun and playful. And
Are you talking about how I texted you Merry Christmas and you reminded me of something? And I'm like, oh, right.
No,
Is that what you're referring to?
No,
You did Jewish?
I forgot that. Yes.
I was like, what do you mean it's
I
Monday?
was like, oh shit, I forgot. It's like, Happy Hanukkah. Yeah.
And then I was like, Hanukkah ended 3 weeks ago. Now
I know,
what?
and I was like, shit. And I said,
I
Happy
wasn't
Hanukkah.
upset because I wish, because like I don't, because when people say Merry Christmas, it has transcended the holiday.
Okay.
In my
It's
opinion.
transcended the. Yeah, I agree.
Right?
There's a lot of
Like,
people
Some
celebrate
people get really
Christmas.
mad about the Merry Christmas stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
And
Like
again,
Trump hates Jesus and he celebrates Christmas.
that's absolutely right. And
Exactly.
and like I give full credits to Jewish people for making Christmas awesome for everybody. Like they wrote all the great Christmas songs and everything.
That's
like,
right.
It's awesome now. So yeah,
And
that does remind me of
you're
something.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bakalar.
on behalf of Neil Diamond, you're welcome.
I was at the hibachi grill that we go to on Christmas Eve, and we did the thing where the person across the table from us, you kind of share the tables. We're like, okay, hey, I'll take a picture for you. I'm like, thank you. Do you want me to take a picture of you? And I did that. And then when we were saying goodbye, I don't know how else to say it. This guy seems like a guy that would say Merry Christmas. But to me, like he would be adamant about it, is what I mean. To me, he said
Sure.
He said happy holidays. Do you think he's like, he wasn't sure? Like I should probably just be careful with
Playing it safe. I play it a little safe sometimes out there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Just say Happy Holidays.
Yeah, it covers all bases. That's fine. Like, it's one of those things where like the Merry Christmas thing got so far back that I don't want it to be like claimed by certain people. Like we say Merry Christmas, and you should associate that with like the Tea Party or whatever. No.
And Jesus. Well, I guess you do associate with Jesus. My bad. I guess.
My grandpa used to do this thing. He was a wise ass. Where he would wish everyone, regardless of like who they were, what they looked like, whatever it was, he would just wish everyone a happy Hanukkah. And he would, that. Like he would just be like, you go into a church and like say hi and just be like, and a happy Hanukkah to everyone.
If anyone says happy Hanukkah to me, it makes me very excited. I get very happy if someone says happy Hanukkah.
I mean,
like, yeah, sure, let's go.
No, so Dan, I'm looking back at our chat history, and you said something. You were making fun of your dad, as you do, and I was like, "Tell him I said Happy Hanukkah." So I think I was trying to channel my grandfather's energy there for sure.
Gotcha. So if Robert De Niro was Spanish, he'd be Robert Money, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Roberto Money.
Bobby Money is a good name.
Money. That's what I was going for. Yeah.
Bobby Money.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know.
That is good to know. I'm glad we all have that in our pockets now. All right, 707.
It makes sense that he's Italian. The name, now that I think about it, it sounds very Italian.
No, why would anyone associate Robert De Niro with being Italian? Like, no one would make that assumption.
Well, it's just the name, right?
No. There's nothing about him or the movies he does or
every single role he's played.
Yeah, there's nothing about.
I have never associated.
Oh boy.
Okay, to be fair, in like Goodfellas, he's half Italian, half Irish. So yeah, we'll give Dan the benefit of the doubt.
Like in some part of my brain is just not firing here. I guess his name sounds very Italian.
Yes, it is very Italian. But yeah, he plays a lot of roles where he plays it like a stereotypical Italian guy for sure.
Oh, like in the Scorsese movies and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Okay. The Scorsese Italian, I don't know.
You know, all the bulk of Scorsese's movies about, mafia-based ongoings. Yeah, and all that stuff. Right, Minotti? Am I getting this right?
I can't.
Because you're Italian and you should know.
All of my in-laws are Italian, but I don't walk around like doing like an Italian magnifying glass on everyone. Like,
oh, you don't need a magnifying glass, bud.
I don't think about this.
I just feel like De Niro like probably just smells Italian. I don't know. Like, come on.
It's just like sometimes I just don't understand like what kind of brain damage you have. Like I just don't. I can't
the normal
pinpoint
kind, the normal American kid kind that like we all got from drinking too much pop and watching too much TV or whatever.
Yeah, the pop was probably bad for us.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, that
was a
be
mistake.
My kids keep yelling at me to be quiet because they were talking a lot, and I was like, "Hey, can you guys be quiet?" And now they're both like, "Well, now you're being louder than we were." They do not understand the dynamic that's happening here.
No, it's like I'm allowed to be.
Yeah, I'm getting paid to be loud right now.
Yeah, everything's not fair. The rules don't apply equally to all.
She's yelling at me right now.
It's incredible.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to clip that and watch that over and over again with friends and just be like, "This is the guy I work with."
Okay.
707 exit flu. What a fantastic time to take some voicemails. Do yourself a favor, call us up anytime between the hours of 3 and 3:05 a.m. is when we really want to hear from you, and leave us a voicemail. And you got a pretty decent shot of getting on the show. And when I say decent, I'm just not sure how that works. All right. Thank you to Grub and Jan for putting these together today. We're going to start things off with the only true Italian spirit on this program, and that's Mike Minotti.
Thank you very much. In the spirit of Italian, why don't we go with stand-up Sabaros, which I think might just be the phrase stand-up Sabaros, looking at the length of this voicemail.
Shoot question, is Minotti an Italian name?
Michelangelo Minotti. No, definitely not.
I can't.
Yes.
But Dan, remember we've talked about this.
Look at Mike's face.
I'm not just gonna assume every name that ends in a vowel is Italian.
I'm sorry.
I mean, that's kind of okay to assume that.
Really?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, like, it's just Dan. Don't you understand anything? Like, what?
This is just not something I spent a lot of time thinking about.
Okay. Yes, Dan, I'm Italian. That's an Italian name.
Okay. I did not realize that until now, but okay.
Great. That's nice. Yeah, thank you. I'll tell you more about my heritage sometime. It'll be a fun bonding experience for all of us.
All right.
But like, it's not even that. It's just also like, understanding what like the Italian language sounds like.
I don't know
and
any
things
Italian.
you absorb through just living your life.
I can definitely tell
and
you De
meeting
Niro's
different
not
people.
Italian.
I don't know.
Tomorrow.
Like, how do we talk to this guy? It doesn't matter. First voicemail.
Broad
Let's hear it.
thing to assume that every name that ends in a vowel is Italian. There has to
Unless
be.
your name is Mr. Carbonara, I don't know.
Cacio Pepe.
Yeah. My mom's side of the family are the spaghettis.
Okay, like Jay Leno ends with a vowel. Is Jay Leno Italian?
You gonna claim him, Minotti?
I was trying to think about last
Italian.
names.
I don't know. That's hard. I've never seen any other Lenos in my life.
Does this work? If you say the name in an Italian accent, does that help reveal it? If it's Italian,
It transforms them into it.
I'm a Jay Leno. No, that's not helping. No.
No. It's
not a universal rule,
Right, so why would one assume that Mike Minotti is Italian?
but it's
Italian.
but it's like, more often than not. Yes, he is. He is
Italian. It is an Italian name, so there you go.
And,
Leno
Jesse Vitelli, our friend, very proud of his Italian heritage.
Yeah, of course. What do you think about Alex
Jesse
Boniello?
Ventura? What about Jesse?
No,
I've literally never thought of it, but I bet Boniello's Italian.
Yeah, me too.
Why I'm not running that process in my head every time I meet someone. Jesse Ventura?
Sounds like it. Maybe not.
I don't know if that's a shoot name or not.
What's funny is also like, some people are like face blind and they just like can't recognize faces.
Yeah,
like if someone got a haircut, they wouldn't recognize them anymore because they need all that context.
I think you have like a similar blindness to you when it comes to
real last name is Janos or Janos, and that's
Greek.
Slovakian.
Oh, Slovakian. Okay.
Yeah, maybe I do. I don't know. I think it
you
might
have
be wired different.
Sure, a certain kind of blindness.
It's the same thing as always. Dan doesn't think about what Dan doesn't think about. It's that simple.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Yeah, I'm almost a little amused because normally when people hear my name, the first thing that I'm just like blasted by Italian questions.
Yeah, of course. It never even occurred to me that you weren't ever.
Caravella.
Of course.
That sounds pretty
Wait.
No. Vinny's Italian.
No.
I'm just saying I have literally never thought about it. That's all I'm saying.
I was going to let all of this go, but you thought someone named Vincenzo Caravella and never associated Italy with him.
I never thought he said.
I never thought he wasn't Italian. I just never thought about it, period.
I can't fucking wait to show him this.
I'm so excited right now. Alex Navarro.
I'm so excited.
I think
so excited.
Navarro is like, might be Spanish.
He might be half.
Yeah, maybe it's Italian. I don't know.
Maybe. But Vinny from Long Island.
I didn't know Long Island was associated with Italian. Like I never thought he wasn't Italian. I just never even thought about where his ancestry. Like what's the word for that?
Ancestry?
Yeah, I didn't know he was Italian. I never thought of Vinny's ancestry.
Well,
Navarro's Spanish.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds Spanish.
But
I never thought he wasn't Italian, Vinny.
We're floored. We're like, the podcast can't go on.
It's not like he talks about it.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. He absolutely does.
Yes, but he'll bring up like he started going by Vincent in California because every time he would say I'm Vinny, people would not shut up about how Vinny from Long Island.
Well, I've heard him do that like accent. I've heard him tell that story. I just never associated
and then he's like, but then I go back home where everyone else is Italian, and I never hear it anymore.
Right.
Is this the Mario thing too? Like Backlar, is that what we were talking about?
Like the Mario's Italian?
Don't bring that into this. And also,
I'm saying it's the same type of accent that you were doing that Vinny was doing with the Vincenzo thing.
Listen. Well, how dare you bring our sweet baby Mario into this?
Vincenzo?
It's Vincenzo.
Vincenzo? Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know how we're going to get out of this now.
I think we just got to play this Sabaro voicemail now.
Yeah, that's right. You did say that. Okay.
That's the only way.
Actually, we got to check to see what the volume's like, so let's do this.
Okay. Oh my
Standalone Sabaros?
That's what I thought it would be. Chad, I heard it great.
I don't think I've ever seen a standalone Sabaros. I've seen...
I've seen
they're
it
always in like
my,
a strip mall or something.
yeah,
or
the mall
airport.
where I grew up had a standalone.
Wait,
I don't know
like
if
in a store separate from the mall.
Yeah, well, it was in like
its
the
own
food
building?
court. It had its own food court.
No,
Oh, I'm
then
sorry.
that's not a standalone.
Oh, you mean like the way a Pizza Hut is this freestanding
Yes,
building?
exactly.
Like
yes.
a building
No,
that's only a Sbarro.
No, those don't exist. No.
Yeah, that'd be incredible though, right?
No,
Incredible.
it would be a crime.
I'm with
Like, it
Mike
would
on
also be
this.
sad.
If I saw one, I would go in immediately. No
Oh,
questions
no.
asked. Well, it's pizza. I mean, yeah, it's bad pizza, but it's
Oh.
pizza still. So
Minotti,
That'd be
please.
funny.
Come on.
I mean,
Defend
it's
me
just
here.
a place you only think of as like mall or strip mall pizza. Just like, here's our freestanding Sbarro building with like a parking lot. And even, can you imagine the street sign that says nothing but Sbarro on it? How beautiful that would be.
now I think okay. In New York, I think there is like a Sbarro squished together amongst other buildings. Would that
Yeah,
count
that
as
still doesn't
standalone?
count.
Okay, still
That's
doesn't
not
count.
No.
Still doesn't count.
No,
This has to have
it has
four-
to be a building, an address
A
that is
standard-
just
Like
a Sbarro.
like the Pizza Hut example. Okay, yes, then that doesn't count. But it has a nice sign.
I think we actually had one of the first standalone Chick-fil-A's in my area, because those used
Oh,
to
what an
also,
accomplishment.
yeah, those used to only be in malls and stuff for the longest time, and then they really blew up and they started just doing the standalone thing, and it worked out well for that. I don't think it would work out well for Sbarro. If they
Did
that.
you guys see that there's these Pizza Hut classics?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Is that,
what?
they're really doing that?
Yeah, they're really
Yeah.
doing that. Select Pizza Huts around the country are going back to the old restaurant style design, including all of the same internal, like interior design with the,
The
lamps.
lamps and the red cups
And the red cups.
buffet and
Yes.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Here's a comprehensive list of the restaurants. Okay, I'm looking at my. Are they doing the hut style building?
I don't know if they're. I don't know if they're doing that, but some
I
of
don't
them are
think they're getting that.
some of them are probably still
architecturally
in
involved.
those kinds of buildings, though.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah.
I think there
wanna
is
find
one near
this.
me, and I need to go because.
Oh, if there is, I'll go with you. I would love that.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe they ever would have stopped doing that.
But my wife used to work at a Pizza Hut like that, and my wife, and I was like, man, so I always think about like I would love to go. I would love to take the kids because that's such a fond memory of like.
This is their heritage.
Yeah. I only did the book it thing a couple times, right? The book it and you get a
I
free
was
personal
big
payment.
on that.
Yes.
I was big on that.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
the one in
yeah.
Warren's a classic. Warren,
Oh,
Ohio,
Minnesota.
very close to me. So I
Yep.
that's
There's
it.
a bunch of Minnesota. Hell yeah. All right.
That is exciting.
Oh, that's near me. Okay. Yep. All right. Yep. Awesome.
The last time I went to a pizza restaurant was when I got that $100 Pizza Hut gift card from G4 for being on Attack of the Show and being the only coherent guest that they had on there. So they're like, yeah, we're going to give it to you. So, yeah.
Wow. There was like a Twitter account or something where it's like buildings that used to be Pizza
Oh,
Huts.
right.
yeah. Yeah.
There's like a bunch of banks.
When I was
like
driving to
fried
the
chicken
urgent
spots.
care last
Yeah.
night, I saw a large building. Most of it looked like a normal building, boxy. Then the front center was a big blue spot, and then there was an outline of a price tag that was yellow, and all the letters it'd been torn down, and it's like, oh, okay, that's one of those like immediately recognizable. Like that was clearly a Best Buy. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like Best Buy, Circuit City, old Pizza Huts, like you can just like picture them, with no signage.
Yeah, it's always kind of upsetting when like the restaurant gets turned into like an orthodontist or like some kind of
Yeah.
medical building.
Mm-hmm.
I took my kid to a Best Buy. Did I tell you guys this?
Mm-mm.
No.
Wait, when?
2 days after Christmas.
Did they sell the physical media?
No, so I didn't really notice that, but what I did notice, so I brought him in because we were returning something, and he's like, "What is this place, Dad?" And I'm just like, "I know." It was completely empty, and when I say empty, I mean like the parking lot was empty. Everything, it was insane. I hadn't been in one in years, and I'm trying to explain to him like this used to be like the place to hang out,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
you would if you had nothing to do, you would maybe sometimes just go there to like just see stuff.
I got
right?
this
Like,
Sonic doll from our Best Buy when it opened.
I have slept outside of Best Buys on the sidewalk on at least
Yeah.
3 or 4 occasions.
I just bought a washer/dryer from Best Buy. That's what it's good for these days is appliances, and that's about it.
I mean, so 2 days after Christmas, and this place is empty. Like, I just, how are they still having stores?
Well, I mean, that's the
don't-
thing is like they seem like they are trying to transition because they did just there's all those pictures of all the physical media being removed from the store, and there's a bunch of empty racks. Like they're not selling.
You think they'd give those racks away? I would like to get a whole Best Buy's racks.
I bet you could talk to someone who works at a Best Buy that listens to Giant Bomb that could probably help hook you up with that.
I don't know why you want those in your home.
You got to see his
my game
basement
collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't they look pretty gnarly in there?
Gnarly.
Just like kind of ugly. Like
They're shelves that are meant to hold games.
I just feel like they're big honking things.
They're like the great material. I don't know necessarily. I think they're going to be too awkward. I think I'm with Backlar on this one, Dan.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe in your back room, that one that you're using as storage, if you could fit one in there, maybe.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Yeah, like how is this? Like, if 2 days after Christmas and this place is a ghost town, I'm just like, what? I knew things were dire, but like to me, I was blown away that this building was even inhabited. It was crazy. Yeah.
It was the place. It was that was on the rotation whenever like Tony Hawk 2 would be coming out. And it's like I'm calling Funko Land, I'm calling Best Buy, I'm calling Toys R Us, I'm calling the mall stores, calling Babbage's,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
One of my favorite memories is that time when I sold my ticket to Ozfest and took the money and bought Castlevania Circle of the Moon from my Best Buy right down the street from my house and just sat at the Taco Bell and played that instead. It's like that's what I would just go like peruse and just see something like, oh yeah, this Castlevania game, and that's what I would do like constantly, almost like every day after I got paid, I would go right to Best Buy and probably buy a DVD or whatever. So
sure,
yeah, it's kind
Tuesdays.
of a nostalgic time.
That's when everything came in. Tuesdays.
Yes.
The only thing I can put together is that maybe Best Buys are just like gigantic like online ordering pickups. Like
I'm serious. It's for appliances. They are an appliance store now. Like they are.
And
They're
they
a pretty
tried
decent place
fridges.
to get like fridges and stuff.
They tried to pivot to be like because they were turning into like a showroom. They were like, oh, people would go in there to look at the TV in person, then buy it online.
Right.
And so they tried stuff where it's like, okay, we're going to match any online thing, but that didn't work out. So yeah, appliances are going to be the thing.
Wild, absolutely wild. Going back to the Pizza Hut thing real quick. The Pizza Hut in my hometown with off-road, the 3-player steering wheel off-road in there, that is such a formative memory of mine.
Yeah. God, did mine have an off-road as well? I think it did.
That's crazy if that's the case, but just like seeing that and seeing that little corner of that place and just feeling at home there.
I mean, those cups are so satisfying, the way the condensation builds up on them and they get so cold.
I want those.
I
want those red cups in my house.
They have to sell them. If you search Pizza Hut cup on Amazon, they've got to be on there, right?
Absolutely.
What's his name from that did Firewalk or whatever?
David Lynch?
Camposanto. Not Firewalk with me. Camposanto. Firewatch. He got one of those Pizza Hut chandelier things and like had it installed into his house and everything. It was really cool. Yeah.
That'd be a good billiards table light.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a national chain, but we had a Godfather's Pizza in Kansas, and they just had a standalone Mario Brothers arcade machine. And I remember it was the only place I ever saw that, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I played Mario all the time, and I never saw the arcade.
Was it Super
machine
Mario Brothers
unless I went to
versus?
Godfather's.
Super Mario Brothers versus?
No, Mario Brothers.
Oh, Mario Brothers.
No, it was Super Mario Brothers. It was like the 1-1. Like
Super Mario Brothers versus them, probably.
Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, it was weird.
I think I've seen that.
My friend's dad had that in his garage, and I was like, "What is it? This thing isn't real. Did you just like custom?" It's like, no. Turns out they actually had those, and I also
doesn't feel right.
It
really weird
because it's like, why would this game? It's obviously not an arcade game, but it's like, no, they retrofitted it to be an arcade game later.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was the first voicemail.
We're cooking.
That all happened. Let's go to Jeff Grubb for the second one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Figment.
Yay.
Oh boy.
Hey guys, I never heard of Figment from Disney until this podcast, and I'm mad about that. Bye.
Well, you're probably like between the ages of 25 and 35 or something, or younger than that.
37.
And you
Are you
probably
saying older people know about Figment or younger people know about
older
Figment?
people.
No, Figment's popular again. Kids love Figment.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Who does give a shit?
Sorry,
'Cause Figment,
the Figment is the one where I'm like, what is this? Like, I'm going to give you a lot of ground, Mike Minotti and other Disney adults.
Wow.
But you know what? Shut up about Figment. I'm done with it.
God.
even the name itself implies just like unimportance. You know?
Figment of your imagination. Your imagination
Exactly.
creates them.
No, fleeting. It means more like fleeting and non-serious.
That's not what it means.
Yeah.
not what it means.
You know?
It's a figment of imagination.
Isn't it
created by
manifestation?
Dreamfinder.
Is what I thought it meant.
Oh,
But figment is like to me is
a fleeting,
sort of
a fleeting
minimal.
manifestation
Fleeting.
is
It's
how I
just-
define. But you know what? We have Google.
You know,
But that doesn't matter. Yeah, the word figment has multiple meanings. This figment is clearly a play on figment of your imagination because he's from the ride about
that's-
imagination.
That's what we were saying.
so
Yeah.
Dan Ryckert has entered his room again with a Disney bag.
sent
And
Mike Minotti this photo of this was a Christmas gift I got from my grandma this year.
All right.
I open it up and I was like, what the fuck is this Disney World bag?
It's a 25th
Apparently,
anniversary bag.
when I was 8 years old, I went to Disney World and it was very rainy.
she re-gifted you. Oh no! Oh, he hurt his finger,
Oh,
folks.
Danny, are you
no.
okay, boy? Oh, he hurt himself real bad.
Oh no!
What
Is he crying?
happened?
He dropped
Oh.
something on his toe,
I forgot that she gave me a big ceramic mug and I wrapped it up in the poncho.
and it fell on what? Your foot?
My toe, my bare
Bro,
toe.
you break your toe? You break your toe?
I don't know yet.
Oh,
Fuck.
my God. Dan! Dan!
Oh, things are coming up,
Something's gotta
Dan.
be done.
Dude,
Something's gotta
Ow.
be done.
2024.
It landed on like 3 toes.
2024 is the year where Dan gets his.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Even
This
though-
is, Dan, you gotta start wearing a bubble. This isn't your year.
Yes, yeah.
Jesus.
He's entering his like deserved vengeance phase.
Anyway, it's a poncho I wore at Disney World apparently in like 1992, and I sent Mitch a photo of it on Christmas Eve, and he like immediately recognized like, ah yes,
Well-
the 25th anniversary. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been from 1996. That's when the 25th anniversary
96?
was happening.
Wait, and your grandma?
Well,
your
the park
grandma
opened in
re-
71, so that's the 25th anniversary. Yep, 96.
Wait, your grandma re-gifted you your old poncho?
Yeah. Because of
Okay.
my undying love for Disney. But it was kind of an interesting, like, wow, why have you had this for several decades?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
I
sweet.
guess she also got me a heavy ceramic mug.
Yeah. Why is it like flesh colored on the bottom? What's
I don't
going on
know.
there?
This must have been for Bonk. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
What's in there?
Ow.
There's drugs in there, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, she loves coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, coffee.
Is the mug okay?
Yeah, it didn't break. I think it must have landed on the rubber part or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flip
Very
broke
cool.
the fall.
Landed on your toes.
Yeah.
Split broke the fall.
Actually, that might be it. Yeah. It didn't feel like rubber on my toes.
I thought you smashed your finger somehow
No,
I get-
no.
when I saw
No.
you grimacing like that. Yeah.
I get upset when you and other people call Figment some kind of like Spyro knockoff. Figment
I-
predates Spyro by
It's like lame
decades.
Spyro. Yeah.
Yeah, I called him Budget Spyro. I believe.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, yeah, budget Spyro. Look, it's funny. I admit it. It's funny. But the timelines don't work out.
If you could giggle about it, it makes
Yeah.
me happy. So,
All right, I giggle.
all right, Dan, if you've got the energy and if the injuries that you're accumulating are not too much, would you care to choose the next voicemail?
Well, I didn't click the link because I want to minimize all the motion, but then I'm fine dropping heavy mugs on my. So just name one for me.
Like a friend, pay my salary, shortbread cookies.
Yes.
No, that was
Shortbread
3 different ones.
Those are 3.
Oh, shortbread cookies.
Yes.
Yo, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm playing Alan Wake high as a motherfucking kite and hopped up on shortbread cookies. And it feels like the most important game I've played in a decade. Smoke weed and play Alan Wake 2.
That's no, we just can't. We can't put that on a t-shirt. What do you mean? We can't do that. Smoke weed and play out.
I think Mike's going to call the police. Oh, no. All right. He just left.
The cops are here.
Yeah.
I don't know. What did I do? Oh, I played the game that we were talking about before. And that was pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
The
that'd be
game we're playing now?
Yeah.
I can see
was
that being
fun.
good.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Some mutated zombie said Sam Bake. That's pretty good.
Look, I
Yeah.
got my 10 filled with shortbread cookies from Disney. Always Be Clothing got these for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It looks like a bus, but it's actually filled with little Mickey Mouse shaped shortbread cookies. They're delicious.
Are you stoned? Is that why you're eating them? Is that
I'm never stoned, but I'm
Oh, right,
always
sorry.
ready for shortbread cookies.
you're just a
Look.
narc, right? Yeah.
Look like little Mickeys.
Shocking.
Very cute. Very good.
Thank you always.
Still not gonna ever attempt to do that. I did go back and try and see some of the DLC, not the DLC, the new Game Plus stuff. But yeah, second time around, still very scary. Not gonna be high for that.
Yeah, and I think I'd probably be too stressed out by it personally.
Yeah.
Even though
it's like a thing you don't need to do.
I ended up not being too scared by the game at a certain point, but it's like anytime I'm in combat, I'm like, oh, this is stressful.
Yeah, it's stressful. I guess I would do it for RE4 though, because I just feel like.
Yeah,
that's a kind of horror that I don't find scary.
Yeah, but you can mod
like
that game to put Leon Kennedy into like a sling kini or whatever, and that's just funny.
Yeah,
it's like a B movie like action horror thing. Yeah,
it's
different.
All right, thank you, caller. Thank you, Dan. I'll choose the next one. Let's go with GBFU. That sounds friendly.
It's Jeffrey Bacalar and Janet Cho. Jeffrey fucking Grubb and Bailey, ooh. Myers, Daniel, Ryckert, Mike, and Natty. Giant bomb, fuck you.
Okay. The beautiful.
Yeah.
Always pick
tune
these
of?
ones, Bacalar.
I know. I'm stepping on all the rakes. It's crazy.
It sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
It's that NSYNC song, right?
It's
With
there
or
and
without you.
Oh, okay.
Or is it
Yes,
Backstreet Boys? It might be Backstreet Boys. I do conflate
dare
that.
you.
It doesn't matter.
I know,
It
right?
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Is it not important? Oh, okay, it's NSYNC. Okay, I was right. Hooray. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
That was really good because I started getting
Great
the tune and then
voice.
I was getting into it.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when I hear that, I don't get mad at the sing along voicemails because it's just really good. If you've got that voice, do it up. Okay. Next voicemail goes to Chat. Chat chose Straight Up Jesus.
Good.
Hey, 3 a.m. crew. I was just watching that Grinch movie with Benedict Cumberbatch, and there's a part in that where all the Who's sing God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. They only get like one line in, but that's a song about straight up Jesus. So like, there's a Who version of Jesus and probably died. So like, what's the most fucked up thing that a kid's movie or show has ever made you think about? All right, have a good one.
Ooh, good question.
I had the same thought when watching that same Grinch movie. This is the Illumination Grinch movie where Benedict Cumberbatch does the Grinch. And
is he like doing the full like the gimmicks on the face and all that?
It
stuff?
is a CGI. It's a CGI animated movie, so no. But yeah, and then they start singing a very Jesus-y Christmas song, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is there? Yeah, is there supposed to be a Jesus in this world? Is the thought that occurred to me. And at a certain point, like you get halfway through the song, I'm like, whatever, it's a nice song. But when it first started happening, I had this same thought, so I don't blame the caller for that at all.
There's that part in The Lion King where the female lion Nala is trying to chase and eat Pumbaa, but like, people interfere like, oh, you can't eat Pumbaa, haha. But like, there's a very real possibility that like that would have happened, and what would like Pumbaa have been like crying like, no, she's tearing into my flesh. Oh, Timon, I'm dying. I'm gonna get eaten alive. Oh no, like that was the goal there.
I was
okay. You guys did not do a long enough silence. I am disappointed in both of you. We had something there, and you both broke immediately. I am so furious, actually.
I thought it was a good enough silence for a podcast. I feel like
okay, yeah, but still.
Look, if I was looking away, if I saw the thing, maybe I would have kept it going. But like, I think it still plays with the whole like.
It's like in a cartoon movie where all the animals are able to communicate with each other as fellow sentient beings. That makes the whole predator circle of life thing a bit more messed up. Like your food would be like, please don't.
I also think about that same movie when Nala does the like come hither eyes. I'm like, the fuck me eyes. And I'm like, well, dude, are they implying that lions need to get the mood going? Like, hey, I'm down. I have nonverbal cues. Let's make it happen. I was like, oh, all right, yeah. So I thought about that when I watched that kid's movie.
There was when my sisters were really young, they used to watch VeggieTales a lot, and I remember for the first 2 months they were obsessed with it. I was like, oh, it's just that weird CGI singing vegetable show, and then I realized, oh, this is just straight up Jesus stuff with vegetables that are super religious. And I was like, this is okay. That's fucking weird.
They love Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that carrot is gaga for Jesus. Absolutely.
Why is it vegetables? I don't like.
I think they're like.
The kids love vegetables,
It's
famously.
probably
Yeah, right?
the only
Famously.
sinless food.
It's probably subterfuge, right? They're like, we can get a lot of parents to show this because they want their kids to eat veggies.
Oh,
and we're going
you're
to stick into
right. It's
Jesus.
fucking sneaky, dude.
Sneaky Jesus.
Sneaky Jesus.
Were
It's
bananas
the
and
worst kind.
pajamas religious?
No.
I don't think
How
so.
could they be
But
related?
the Bear
Were
in the
they
Big Blue
secret
House
related? Were they
probably
like
was.
secret Mormons or something? Is there
They do have Mormon energy, don't they?
Isn't there a really popular band that's like not secretly Mormon, but Mormon in a way that no one really knows they're
I would
Mormon?
totally buy
Slayer?
it. If someone told me Imagine Dragons was Mormon, I'd be like, yes.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it's
100%.
someone of that caliber. I want to say it's
100%.
like the Killers. The Killers.
Wait,
Okay.
oh, right. Like Brandon Flowers. Like, yeah.
Which
Killers
is
are
also like-
Mormons?
I think
They're-
so.
Your band name's The Killers, and you're.
But their songs are kind of sexy. About like having sexy sex.
I think Creed is just Christian.
Yeah, Creed's Christian.
But she's
Can we talk about Steve Young and Mormons real quick? We don't have to get too deep
Why?
on this because, like, Steve Young, as in Brigham Young University, as in a grandson of Brigham Young, a Mormon who had like 50 wives or whatever. So he's like actually related to the guy that like was one of the founders of the Mormon religion. I always like,
Yes.
it's always like, oh yeah, I guess that's just how it works sometimes. Eventually there's going to be a quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers that was a descendant of all of this, what is it called when you have a lot of wives?
Polygamy?
Polygamy, yes. I was like, oh yeah.
Wait, Steve Young, the famous quarterback from the 90s?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
100% just straight down related to Brigham Young. Yes.
Yeah, Italian
Wow.
too.
Now, Vince Young, I don't think is related. That's the other quarterback that's not related to the Brigham Young. Not at all.
Oh man, that's a trip. That's a real trip. What other kids shows are like oddly inappropriate? I think it used to happen more often than it does now. I do think, like fucking Willy Wonka is a bit of a trip to explain to a little kid
Yeah,
sometimes, where you're just like, I don't know if those kids are dying or not.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
actually
know
not
what's
sure.
You know, like
that
they
feels like
might
it's
be.
from the same place as like Aesop's Fables, though, and like Aesop's Fables are all very grim and where it's like, oh yeah, there's a lot of kids dying in all these tales or whatever. So it's like that almost feels like it's part of that oeuvre.
Yeah.
And then like we just
Back then, kids just died all the time. People probably didn't even bat an eye.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
two more
yeah,
kids
another
are
dead kid.
today.
Yeah, no, it's
But
true.
don't kids,
Living to
like,
30
they-
was like geriatric, yeah.
But they need to learn about death sometime, and doesn't like if they learn about it in Willy Wonka, doesn't that just like take the
No,
load off you?
Well,
No,
I think like
no.
Mufasa dying is like actual shoot death that maybe teaches them more than freaking Galupus Goop, what his name is, drowning in a river of chocolate.
Well, one way or another, you got to learn about death. So why not be Wonka or Mario or Lion King?
No one dies in Mario. What are you talking about?
He loses lives.
Yeah, but he like comes right back. That's like the antithesis.
I always, as a kid, saw it as him shoot dying.
Right. So like
Augustus Gloop,
so
that
Mario's
was the name,
like
yeah.
in his 20s in that Mario movie. So was he born, and he's from Manhattan, so was he like kind of born around 9/11?
yeah, he's definitely a child of 9/11.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, what are we doing? No, there's no relationship. There's no connection whatsoever.
I have
There
like in
can't
the
be.
last few weeks, every time I see anything, it reminds me of that tragedy. I was at my family's Christmas, and like
Why?
they had a 9/11 magnet up there, and I just go to my brother. Reminds me of that tragedy because Norm Macdonald. It's like that Norm
Oh,
Macdonald clip.
sure.
That tragedy.
It's just so stupid.
I was watching a YouTube video about PlayStation 1 games, and he kept doing the all the stars are here bit that Dan also loves. It made me laugh every time.
Objectively, the funniest thing I've ever seen.
What's the first one he says? It's like something like Beardo.
Oh yeah, Beardy Man, Cloud Racing, just clearly reading all the stars. God damn it, it's the funniest fucking thing.
Where's Beardy Man now?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. All right, Minotti, we're back to you.
Yeah, Swedish Chef.
Hey guys, long time, first time. You guys are great, but how can you have an entire conversation about the best Muppets character without mentioning the Swedish Chef?
He's all like, blue, 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 blop, blue, blue, blop, blue. He's just objectively the best. Love the show. Thanks.
Has also famously been part of the website forever.
Well, yeah. We did fuck up.
Loved him as a kid, yeah.
Love the Swedish Chef. I love the Swedish Chef animatronic that's behind you running the projection in Muppet Vision 3D.
Oh, I realized he was Swedish.
All right.
Honestly, that's
funny.
fine.
Yeah, you're funny. I gotta say, I was gonna say, what a jokester. What's funny is like, so that was Jim Henson doing that. So like, if it's any of those classic Swedish Chef clips, because he has the real human hands, like that would just be Jim Henson's hands, I guess, doing all that.
Yeah, those
stuff.
are upsetting. Yeah.
You find the human hands upsetting.
Well, there's something upsetting about human hands juxtaposed with the puppet.
With the weird Muppet facial.
It's weird. It's weird. Yeah, it's upsetting. Doesn't feel good. Feels icky.
Yeah, he's definitely a top 5 for me. I don't know if my number 1, Sam Eagle, is very funny and Gonzo's Gonzo. But yeah.
Waldorf and Statler.
Waldorf and Statler also really high up there. They're so funny.
All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you, voicemails. Thank you, everybody. Jeff Grubb, your call.
Yeah. Let's go with Like a Fiend.
Okay.
It's 12:20. I'm Blake from Portland, and I'm smoking joints like a fiend.
Oh.
Berry Kicks has been back for a while, but it does not have the fruit shapes. But the kicks are like purple and shit. It's fine. It's not as good. But I still remember the old ad of them throwing Berry Kicks like off a apartment building onto a trampoline to get it to. I don't remember. Goodbye.
I remember that.
I don't remember the commercials for that.
Thank you, caller.
That's awesome. It sounds awesome.
I like normal kicks a lot, actually. It's actually one of my favorite cereals. Just like plain regular kicks.
Yeah.
It's got like that. It's like a subtle, but very. It's like it's their sweetness to it. That's kind of all
subtle.
I need. It's
You're
a very
right.
good dry. I eat all my cereal dry anyway, so like it's a very good. Just like get a handful of kicks and shove them in my mouth and kind of work my way through that for a while.
Yeah, I want to visualize that. That sounds good.
If you can't put milk in cereal, but you have to put a liquid in there, like someone's requiring you to put a liquid in there.
If there's any
what
good
do you put
option.
Well, yeah, but you have to. Or would you just
like
go with water
almond
to
milk
be
doesn't
safe?
count.
Coffee
Everything
creamer
doesn't.
Does coffee creamer count?
Let's
Maybe
let's
just
say
coffee then.
Let's
just
say
coffee then.
Yeah, let's say it does count, but then let's come with one that's not dairy.
Coffee, just black coffee then.
Coffee's actually not bad. That's a really
that does not sound nearly as terrible as like anything.
especially if you do it like a chocolate cereal. Yeah, that could be really good.
Yeah, I think that'd be okay. Can you put in like hot or like you said, like a hot chocolate? Yeah,
sure.
Tried the nacho cheese thing with Trix once, and that didn't go over well.
Yeah,
but you had to try it. I mean, it wasn't an option not to try it.
He was on a roll.
I don't think I tried it. I made other people try it.
That's terrifying. that you got away with doing it, and you've never had. You said Trix.
I love Trix. But it was a Big Live show in like 2015 or so.
But so this is not an Oreo situation where you're like, it's actually good. You had no idea.
No, actually, I like Oreos nacho cheese.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you've never had Trix and nacho cheese.
No, I was testing my everything's better with nacho cheese thing on the Big Live show.
Like
Dave
that
Lang
wouldn't be
and Peter
science
Kramer.
Yeah,
and so I had them try the yellow Russian, where we made a white Russian, but with nacho cheese instead of the creamer or whatever.
What?
And I made them instead of milk in the Trix. It's on this website. Yeah, it's there. And they seem to not like any of it.
Huh? Weird.
Oh no.
Dan Auer and Will Carl tried it, and they didn't like it either. Yeah.
Oh, weird. That's so weird that no one.
It sounds so good for you.
I think Benyaki was on that. Yeah. It was unpopular.
Yeah, I couldn't understand why, but
yeah.
Yellow Russian, Jesus.
It looks grosser than it sounds.
Yeah, I remember it. Yep.
Just even hearing that is just fundamentally wrong. Dan, you won the next voicemail. Go for it.
Hit me, Grub.
Yeah. Do you want executive produced or haiku?
Executive produced.
Gabriel from Portland. Did you know The Land Before Time was executive produced by George Lucas and Steven Spielberg? I watched this movie 97,000 times as a kid and hear people talk about it once a week. I've never heard anyone bring this up. Goodbye.
Is that Little Nicky?
No, it's okay. It's like, is that like Joe Perry talks to you or whatever?
Para. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it sounded like to me.
Yes, I did know that. That was them trying to go into the Disney pie by hiring Don Bluth to make their own kind of Disney animated movie. Yeah, I like Land Before Time a lot. It's too bad it got cut down a bit. It probably hurt the final product, but still a very pretty, fun movie. Incredible score, by the way. Very good, very pretty music in that one.
I remember watching it. It's like environmental, right?
Yeah, most cartoons back then were.
The world. It's like post. The dinosaurs are dying, so they're all trying to get to the Great Valley, right? And it's like, is it a metaphor for heaven, or is this an actual place they're going to escape to? Who knows? That kind of a thing.
Okay, Mike, do you know the answer to how many Land Before Times are there?
No, they made so many.
Okay, all right. So everyone guess. What's your
7?
Okay.
12.
It's I think like 14 actually.
All right. The answer is 14.
Oh my god.
Go!
Oh,
Let's
my
go!
gosh.
Killed it! I
Congratulations, Mike Minotti.
I picked up a Land Before Time game for the PlayStation.
What's that like?
Yeah, it's probably bad.
Do you know who made it?
No, I can find out.
No, well, don't worry about it.
I like Land Before Time. I kept up with the sequels for a while. Then they kept getting worse and worse, and they kept making more and more. But
I vaguely remember having toys back when the first one came out, like big dinosaur. Was it a popcorn bucket? What was it?
McDonald's? It'd be probably McDonald's.
Yeah, it was a McDonald's. That would explain
McDonald's
why I have
or
it.
Pizza Hut. Yeah. It was like they got
like
Don
Littlefoot,
Bluth
right? Littlefoot.
That's the name of one of them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Sarah, the Triceratops, and Ducky.
Yeah.
Petrie, the little pterodactyl.
Oh yeah. Sarah's
love all
actually
those
kind of that went over my head. That's pretty good.
Yeah. But Don Bluth also did American Tail, Fievel, and then the sequel to that, Fievel.
That's right.
West.
Fievel goes
Wait,
west.
Don Bluth? Wait, hang on. Don Bluth. Am I thinking of this Andy Griffith? I'm thinking of Don Knotts. I was like, okay.
No.
There was a part where I was like, am I about to learn that Don fucking Knotts made the Land Before Time?
No, Dom DeLuise did.
Okay.
And he's Italian, by the way.
It is the Dragon's Lair guy, though, Dan, so that's where I thought maybe you were going there.
I never played that, no.
Oh, really? No. Okay.
That's okay.
Too much watching.
Too much. It is basically only QuickTime events before that was a thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same reason I never was interested in playing when I saw it in the arcades, I was like, nah, I'm good.
I always thought it was cool.
And now I'm thinking Pizza Hut and Land Before Time.
Yeah, they might have done something. They did. Well, they definitely did something for Fern Gully. I remember that distinctively. The Fern Gully Pizza Hut collaboration.
Oh, Fern Gully is the environmental one.
That's the very
environmental.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'll try and see if I could have myself a Dan moment now. I feel like in our lifetimes, the theory of like the dinosaurs going extinct due to a asteroid like rose to prevalence. Where like we lived through that. Where like everyone sort of started to universally accept that as a thing, right?
Right. Yeah, that's
like,
right.
I feel like before us,
but that was like pretty early in our like education because there's been a lot of developments on dinosaurs since then.
Yeah.
Sure,
like
but
if you watch
Yeah.
What's that?
Yes,
they're birds.
Yes, they're birds. Yeah, I think we knew that before the asteroid.
In 1993, we learned about that.
That was pretty recent development, I think.
Yeah, the bird theory was like happening then for sure.
Why is it? Hang on. Why is it that in that fucking movie they tell everyone about the birds and the smart scientist explains that they're birds, but then when they have shoot dinosaurs in the movie, they're fucking reptiles?
Well, just because we knew that they birds
evolved
from
into
them, we
birds.
didn't know right away that they may have still had feathers. It's hard to find feathers in fossil records.
Okay.
Right.
They're just talking about the claws and
right.
Plus,
And
like,
then,
if you saw Jurassic Park with like a Tyrannosaurus with a bunch of feathers, like I just feel like you wouldn't be as stoked on that.
Those feathers are hard to make in CG.
And I'll say I would be more terrified. Like a giant turkey-looking thing. Get me the hell out of there.
That is scary.
You know what?
Scary.
I hope someone does like do a not a like a remake of that, but like someone sort of tries to more accurately depict. What
Did
we now
any of
know
the
them
Jurassic
to.
World movies? I stopped watching them after a while. Did any of them ever have like, oh, here's a dinosaur with
know.
feathers for you
I think
fuckheads?
had
I
to.
saw them all. They're all pretty reptiles. The
Like
last one's about
feathers?
fucking bugs for some reason, which is what everyone wanted. Jeez, get the whole cast together and it's about fucking locusts. Like,
Really?
That movie fucking sucks.
Yeah,
Like,
I heard
I
that.
wasn't on board with
Bad
like,
things.
I don't love Jurassic World 1 or 2, but I wasn't on board with the like super duper hate for it. I was like, all right, they're fine, blockbuster. They're not great and they're not nearly as good as 1. But Dominion is fucking terrible.
And that's
It
the
is
one they
so
got Jeff
long and
Goldblum
it's about
for,
fucking
right?
locusts. They get
Got
Sam
all
Neill,
of them.
Laura Dern, and Goldblum involved. Like they're all back. All the stars are here, and it's about fucking locusts.
What a waste. How could
yeah.
you do that?
Jodicus in Twitch
It
chat
sucks.
says Jurassic Park has a line about frog DNA that nobody remembers, and I can't be more
yeah.
wrong. I think about that line almost every
Yeah,
day
I
of
do
my
too.
life.
That's the frog that changes its sex,
Yeah, it's
right?
That's the
Yeah,
line
exactly.
of the DNA code that
Yeah,
they
of
used to fill
course.
in. The
Dino DNA. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mr. DNA tells you all about it.
Yeah, I used to have a Mr. DNA T-shirt. No one forgets about that fucking line.
Mr. DNA and Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
If you go
let's
to Universal, you'll get some Mr. DNA merch. He's there.
Man, the way you said that sounded way creepier than I think you
Dino
intended.
DNA.
Get some Mr.
Why
DNA.
was he like a cowboy? Why was that fucking?
I don't know.
I thought he
DNA
sounded
helix?
like Colonel Sanders. I don't know.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay. Thank you, caller. I'll pick the next one and I'll choose pay my salary.
Hey guys, it's me, Shoot Doctor. If you are willing to put me on your staff and pay my salary, I will be all of your personal doctors. Thanks. Bye.
Well, I don't
Can we
need
just
that.
expense that? I have a corporate card.
I don't know if that's how that'll work. I feel like we could in the beginning, but after a while it would start to get like,
Raise some eyebrows.
and we're like, what is all this money?
Well, I mean, it's like
That would be a
Never
lot
ask.
of money.
Never hurts to ask.
What if it's
It
just
doesn't.
on retainer? I don't necessarily know what that means. I think it means you pay somebody, and that means they just already work
Yeah,
for
that's
you.
not a salary.
Right. So then you have to also pay them a salary if you then
Oh,
begin
maybe
actually.
maybe it is a salary too.
You
I
have to
don't
pay
know.
them to retain.
Yeah.
Was that the same shoe
That's what
doctor
it
that
is.
I got my doctor's note from?
No,
Is that
Might
not
have
the
been.
Ryan?
I think
Might
this is a
be.
person responding to me saying, like in a recent episode, that my doctor was really bad when I went to it. So I'm assuming
No,
it's
for
about
sure. That'd be dope to have. Like, we should have on staff an on staff like trainer, on staff doctor,
that. Chef.
chef, and a barber.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
No more airport barbers for me.
Yeah,
Oh.
That was a
Moving
great
up.
thing about backstage at like WWE events when I worked there. They have barbers there with like several chairs. They have catering at every
wow.
event. They had massage therapists there, so it's just like you can just walk in and be like, "Give me a massage," and yeah. But that's for the wrestlers.
Did you ever get a hahaircut from
no,
that?
I
No?
never asked. I kind of assumed it was
You
for the
probably
wrestlers.
could've.
And
You had a
back then.
laminate.
I ate a lot of catering there. They had great macaroons.
Ooh.
Okay.
Mike, you used to get the had the barber like clean up your beard. Do you still?
No. For a while, it was like there was like a really like old fashioned barbershop right by my apartment. So even like though I had started shaving my head, I would still go there just to basically have him do it and to do my beard. But once it wasn't within walking distance, like no, I'm just doing this myself. I'm not
Okay.
gonna pay somebody.
All right. I've never had that done, so it's like, yeah, it seems like it'd be nice, but I don't know.
I think
You'd
you
be
should.
surprised actually, because honestly, he
It's
wasn't
nice.
great at the beard thing, which was a little surprising to me. He always seemed unsure of himself. Like it's just pretend it's hair and like trim it for me.
Just
please.
pretend my head is upside down and make it look right. Yeah.
Grub, you've never had that treatment? You've never
No,
had?
absolutely not. I'm from the suburbs. Like, of course
Oh,
I haven't.
dude.
But
I used to
Great
go to a
Clips was
guy-
not going to be like, here, let me lather up your face and go to town.
Yeah, I used to go to an old school dude in Hoboken who was like the best. You got to do it once. I'm sure it's very popular now in suburbia. to
I
have
would do
these
it if
sorts of
like if
places.
we like made content out of it, especially like if like we were all together in LA like before the show, let's go get haircuts together. I would do that.
Sure.
I was really surprised by like the shaving process because I kept my beard, but it was just more of like the neck area.
Oh yeah, of course.
The
Yeah,
hot
clean it
lather.
up. Yes, totally.
Yeah, you got a
The
nice
hot lather and
line,
the
clean it
edge
up.
razor. It's
Back of the neck.
fucking- It's
Yeah.
nice. It's a nice relaxing experience. You should try. All right. We'll go to chat for the last voicemail of the day. Overwhelmingly, everyone freaking out about the voicemail 29.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
I might pull the plug on this one because when I tried to play this one earlier, it was very quiet. And if we can't hear it, it's 51 seconds. We might have to just
Oh, no.
audible on this. So have one in your back pockets, everybody. Let's see if we can
Okay.
hear it.
Hey, Dunkers, this is Dan from Iowa. And Thursday, January 4th, so today, if you're playing this on the show, is my 29th birthday. So I was wondering if I could get a birthday shout out. And also, 29. I'm turning 30 in a year. I kind of want to have like a little bucket list for my 20s. So what would you guys recommend? What's something that I should do before I turn 30? And I'm not talking about like getting married, having kids. That obviously is part of the life plan, whatever. But like, what's something cool that I should do before I turn 30? Any video games I should play, movies I should watch, places I should go? I'd really appreciate it. I know some of you have spent years since you've been 30, and so, try to think back. But anyway, love you guys.
Fuck?
If I could get a birthday shout out, thank you. Bye.
I have to say it like that. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, I guess. Yeah.
Happy birthday, caller. Thanks for making us all feel old. Yeah, don't get married or have a kid. What are you doing? Don't do that now.
You got plenty of time.
Yeah, you got plenty of time to throw it all away.
Do a crime.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, like not like anything that's gonna hurt anybody, but like break into a concert. Like sneak into a concert, something like that.
Oh,
like
okay.
Someone like leaves the back door open to go smoke, just walk in.
Get away with something.
Yeah, get away with something.
29,
Exactly.
you can get away with it. Yeah,
Exactly.
maybe not a crime per se, but get away with something.
It's definitely still a crime. You're not allowed to go in a place if you don't have a ticket for it.
Just don't want there to be like a breadcrumb trail of us being like,
hello,
do a
judge,
crime.
if you're listening to this in court, hello, I think you look very dapper today. There we go.
They'll never play that part. What else should this caller do before they turn 30?
I'm looking because I remember I put together a doc. Yeah, I'm looking at a doc that I made before I turned 30 of 101 things I wanted to do in the 1,001 days before I turned 30.
Dan, you're like chicken soup for the soul of complete unhinged people.
Yeah.
I don't know. That
was one of those things was not understand ethnicities and nationalities.
I understand them. I just
like the idea of like writing a cute little list of the things you want to do before you're so old. It just feels like very much like Oprah's book club sort of thing. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
What inspired you to do this?
I think a friend or something told me like, oh, here's a fun thing to do is like do a 101 and 1,001 days thing, and it would have been back when I was around that age.
All right, I gotta know what's on here.
All right, ones that it looks like I completed most of these, including get a legitimate gaming computer, pay off dental bills, win at least $5 on a scratch lottery ticket.
Man, you're living.
Not goals.
These are goals. These are fine.
Here are some I did not finish.
No, these are incredibly boring. What are you talking about?
I never made pancakes in those 3 years.
Oh my God.
Make pancakes, caller.
Watch a movie with subtitles I did not complete.
Oh my God, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Buy a bottle of whiskey that costs at least $35.
Oh my God. So all I know is that when you were 27, you were 16, basically.
Yeah, no, it's like if Zach Galifianakis' character from The Hangover like had a list, it would be exactly this.
I finished season 3 of Dexter. I did that.
Oh my God!
I am dying, Dan. This can't be real. You're fucking
looking at it right now.
That's the punchline. Like I can't tell if Dan, you're just a sad idiot, or this is just a really good punchline.
Can you just
these are all real.
Is this a written down list or is it like a document?
Oh, it's a document. Get chicken at Smash Brothers for once. I did do that.
My God.
I wanted to try Smash Burgers chicken instead of the burgers. Yeah.
If anyone ever needed to
I also took Dad to Smash Burger. I have multiple Smash Burger related.
You said Smash Brothers, right? I didn't hear that.
Smash Brothers. But he corrected himself before we could say anything.
Dude,
yeah.
How
get 300 Twitter followers? I got that.
Hey, that's nice.
I can't believe these are your problems. I can't believe these are your fake ass problems.
Dan, would you be okay posting this list to giantbomb.com?
Yeah. Come on, of course.
Are there any sex ones on there, Dan?
Yeah, you can edit it. Like you have complete censorship.
There's no. Wait, don't have kids is on here.
Hey, you did that one. As far as we know.
Don't have kids is on here, and I did collected. I did do that one.
Collect them all.
I've not gone skiing. I've not gone skiing. I still have not. I did swim in the ocean for the first time. I did get a raise.
Swimming in the ocean is like the first one that like feels like it belongs on this list. I'm going to be real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm reading the especially stupid one.
Okay. Good. All right.
Yeah. Go on a trip that isn't work related. Did that.
Are there any? Okay. Are there any that you think you will never complete?
Let's see. I'll look at the ones I have not done.
Aside from skiing.
Well, I've done that. Skiing is one of them. Read 10 books. That was not completed on here, but I've just done that since.
Just of all time, like cumulatively, like just 10 books.
In that
before he turned 30
3+ year period, I did not do that. No. Watch Band of Brothers. I never watched that.
I literally just finished watching Band of Brothers again for like the third time last night.
I also did not hit 20,000 last.fm Scrabbles.
Time lost, time wasted.
This is very 2008.
You are a weak scrobbler, is what we always say about you.
That's pretty good.
I never went to a Minnesota Wild game.
Oh, you should.
Oh, then
I didn't
now
go to
there's still
three.
time.
I didn't go to 3 Twins games. I don't know if I ever beat Jeff Cork's gamer score. That's on here.
Wait, I can't believe there's a hockey goal on this list. That's amazing.
Well, there's Twins, there's Vikings, and yeah, I did the whole thing. Yeah, I was more into sports back then.
You could have been a hockey fan.
Done most of these.
Well, there we go.
I bought whiskey that cost over $35. I've seen movies with subtitles. I saw Godzilla.
Yeah, yeah, no, you didn't.
Only recently.
After Godzilla.
Is that
a lot
on
of
the
reading.
Jesus Christ.
Another one that was not checked off, uncompleted. Find a new band to love. New equals post 2000. Not accomplished that. Never made pancakes. I guess I didn't finish an expert course on Trials HD. Wow.
Aim higher maybe next time around. I'd love you to make a list for 40, Dan.
Oh, I should.
You should.
Yeah.
I only got like 6 months until that. I've done a lot of stuff now, though. I've grown. Believe it or not, I have grown a lot since I made that list.
Oh, God.
Hey, you could get skiing out of the way if you do cross-country skiing. That's going to count.
I guess
I haven't. That seems very likely to happen.
Right, yeah, there you go.
Future,
One more thing checked off.
On a technicality, I guess.
One of them was ride a bike past Lake Minnetonka, and I did that a couple months ago, so yeah.
Wow. So great to see you really check all these boxes.
I've never been to Smashburger.
It's fine. There's better.
Why was it on your stupid ass list, Dan? What the hell?
My world was very small back then.
Yeah, he was 26 or 27.
I've lived a lot since then.
I'm mad at you, but no, I actually appreciate it when people like lower my estimation for places I haven't been yet, because I probably would go there and be like, this is fine. Why do people build this up?
Good.
Yeah, I bet it's going to be completely competent. I bet I'll enjoy it.
Five Guys, Juicy Lucy's, all that stuff's better. Yeah.
Okay. I don't even think Five Guys is that great. So okay. There we go.
Five Guys is good, but they like proudly don't season their meat. I'm like, well,
I like that.
That'd be a little bit better if you season it.
Their fries are good.
They're good.
All right, we're just gonna have to call it here, folks.
Yeah.
What a wild trip it's been. We went places, and we ended with a shout out for a happy birthday, happy 29th birthday.
Happy birthday!
I hope you learned something from this discussion about what you should do in the next 365 days. 707 exit flu is our phone number. Leave us a.
There you go.
Oh, she wanted to say it.
Sweet. That's very sweet. Thank you. Leave us a voicemail for next time. Hopefully Jan comes back. Hopefully he's doing okay. I haven't really checked in with Jan.
He's been poking around, keeping things moving in the back end. He sent over he said he had his partner put together the voicemail dump list today.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, what? I would have done that, but yeah, but then he did like help me get some of the audio things. So he's doing okay. He just needs to recover. He needs to rest. So we'll see him next week, I'm sure.
Send us the bill, Jan, and we will be back with a brand new episode. Mike Minotti, thank you so much for being here, and sorry we offended your heritage. Sorry to do that.
Not sorry about Figment,
not forgiven. Though. I'm very upset, and I know people, and they're going to deal with it.
Well, just send them Dan's address.
Some real tough guys.
Whatever you do, don't ask them if they're Italian. Just assume.
Don't like assuming things.
Jeff Grubb, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bacalar.
And Dan
real quick,
Ryckert.
we got someone that said, I got a ruling from Alex Navarro on the Blight Club situation if you all are interested.
I'm very interested.
Well, wait a second.
Always be clothing?
I'll find it. I'll agree it's binding.
Well, it's not binding. No, I will not not agree it's binding. We've already we looked at the rules. Just curiosity.
Great.
Wait, no, I think it should be binding. I think Alex Navarro
says.
I think. I think Jeff and I vote that it's binding. How about that?
I think Alex Navarro, if he he decides these things whenever there's a dispute.
It's not binding. It says my vote is Dan can do 2 games in a row, but I get to pick both.
No, it's not binding. I don't want Dan.
Not binding. Official. There we go.
That's 2 of you. All right.
Here we go.
I still vote binding, but I'm outvoted.
That's not the.
No, you said it. You said it. We're done. Thanks, everyone. That's it for this episode of the Voicemail Dump Truck. Little Dumperoonies. There we go, everyone. Wow. Now time for the impossible pivot. Is that a good impression?
You did it. Killed it. The home country.
All right. One more time, everybody. Let's get on there.
Oh, wait. Did I just turn that on?
All right, we're going to do it at 45.
1 second.
I'm just joking.
No, come on now.
I'm just joking, you guys.
Minutes, right?
Okay, I'm here. I'm ready.
Yeah. All right, let's do it at 02. Let's do
that
one
wasn't
more.
my best clap. Can I do another one?
Yeah, let's do one more. And everyone, if you would do it at home, we're going to do it at 14. Good work, everybody.
Farted? What was that? Was that a fart?
Oh, Mitch.
Oh, man. Stinky boy.
I'm going to send everyone the new directory for this.
You may now end your recording. All right, let's get somebody rated. Hey, good work today, everybody. That was fun. I had a fun day today.
That was fun. The devil himself, Adam Cole, the Chugs, who put up a list on giantbomb.com, is currently playing Final Fantasy 16.
All right, that's where we're headed. Yeah, that sounds great. Dashboard.
Sure.
Just 1G, right?
Yes.
The Chugs.
I haven't seen Dynamite yet. I haven't seen him explain himself yet.
All right, the Chugs. There we go. All right, that's going to take Giant Bomb Chat. You guys know where to go. The Chugs. There you go.
You guys want an MP3 or a wave of this?
Wave.
Wave.
Oh, yeah.
All right, rated now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you next time. See you for GMM tomorrow.